All right, now just want to drop a quick one because I've been wondering um, as I consider the ADOS agenda push for 2020 and beyond, and lobbying our politicians, which comprise the Congressional Black Caucus. And what I'm noticing is a widespread trend that the Congressional Black Caucus is pro-immigration, um, pro-illegal immigration. They're pro-immigration in whatever form it may manifest in. Here on the website, excuse me, here you have cbc.house.gov, and on their issues page you see, first and foremost, you see immigration reform, lifting up the voices of black immigrants. Quickly, an estimated 11 million undocumented immigrants call America home. 575,000 of them are black. Black immigrants, much like African Americans, are disproportionately targeted by the criminal justice system, which often leads to deportation and detention. Consequently, although black immigrants only represent 5% of the undocumented population in the United States, they represent more than 20% of immigrants facing detention and deportation on criminal grounds, so forth and so on. So what they like to do is to highlight the plight of the black immigrant and use that as a platform. Now, what I've been doing is I've been checking out some of the Congress's immigration reduction report cards, and what I'm noticing, I started with John Lewis because he's my rep here in Georgia, District 5, and noticing NumbersUSA.com, John Lewis's immigration reduction report card. He gets an F. His grade is 0. John Lewis does not wish to curb immigration in any way. We can pull down a few of his actions and see what he's up to. In 2018, he co-sponsored H.R. 4944, the Reuniting Families Act, introduced by Rep. Judy Chu, Democrat out of California, to increase chain migration. Rep. Lewis co-sponsored H.R. 4944, the Reuniting Families Act. This legislation would increase the cap for unmarried sons and daughters of citizens from $23,400 per year to $127,200 per year, yada yada. 2017, he co-sponsored the American Promise Act, introduced by Rep. Nydia Velasquez, to increase chain migration. Rep. Lewis co-sponsored H.R. 4253, the American Promise Act. This legislation would grant amnesty to approximately 300,000 illegal aliens who have received temporary protected status, thereby allowing them to sponsor their immediate family for green cards. So that would be their brothers, sisters, grandma, grandpa, possibly cousins, aunts, uncles. Who knows? Reduce illegals' job presence, which is of a major concern to ADOS. We need more jobs. In 2019, voted in favor of the Omnibus Spending Bill, HJ Resolution 31, to weaken interior enforcement. was just reading an article about the lack of infrastructure being exploited for illegal immigration. We'll get back to that. Back to Mr. Lewis here. And HJ Resolution 31, the Omnibus Spending Bill. The bill reduces the funding for detention beds used by ICE to detain criminal aliens and recent illegal border crossers. It also provides protection from enforcement and removal for the illegal alien sponsors and their families of unaccompanied alien children who cross the border illegally. Further, it prevents the hiring of any new ICE agents for enforcement and removal operations. Co-sponsored HR 4944 again in 2018. 2017, co-sponsored HR 1076, introduced by Representative Clark, Democrat out of New York, to nullify Trump's sanctuary city executive order. Rep. Lewis co-sponsored HR 1076, the Protect Our Sanctuary Cities Act. This legislation would nullify President Trump's executive order 13768, which called for immigration laws to be enforced and for sanctuary cities to be stripped of relevant federal funds. Bill's main sponsor is Rep. Yvette Clark. So what we're seeing again is a propensity to overwhelmingly support immigration in all its forms. In education, let's see, there was one that is going on now. Okay, well, this isn't it, but in 2017, he co-sponsored legislation to provide free legal counsel to all illegal aliens. Rep. Lewis co-sponsored HR 1006, legislation that would provide taxpayer-funded legal counsel to all illegal aliens. The bill's main sponsor is Representative Pramila Jayapal, Democrat out of Washington. Sounds like she's an Indian. And in 2017, he co-sponsored co-sponsored legislation to provide legal aid to illegal aliens. Rep. Lewis co-sponsored HR 913, the Immigrant Detainee Legal Rights Act. This legislation would require the Department of Justice to create an office to provide illegal alien detainees with legal aid. The bill's main sponsor is Rep. Bill Foster, Democrat out of Illinois. And we need to be at these people, asking them questions about why are we setting up offices to provide illegal alien detainees with free legal aid at taxpayers' expense. It's just not making any sense. Where is the one? What do you want to give? Scholarships. This one reduced amnesty enticements in 2018. John Lewis co-sponsored HR 4944, the Reuniting Families Act. I think we did speak about that one already. Pardon me. In 2017, he co-sponsored legislation to increase refugee intake. Rep. Lewis co-sponsored HR 1503, the SOLVE Act 2.0. This legislation would nullify President Donald Trump's executive order 13780, again, which temporarily halted refugee intake from terrorist-producing countries. The bill's main sponsor is Rep. Zoe Lofgren, Democrat out of California. And Anchor baby citizenship. No grade, no grade. Okay. Challenge status quo. All right, but again, the Democrats, particularly our Congressional Black Caucus, is definitely pro-immigration in all its forms. They want to increase legal immigration. They want amnesty for illegals. They want to provide legal representation. They want to provide legal aid. They want to provide sanctuary. They want to provide scholarships. But they don't want to provide tangibles for American DOS. Who else do we have on here? So we're hanging out back in Georgia, and oh, John Lewis also has not signed his name to HR 40 this go around for some odd reason.